Well, I'm Mario Cucinella. I'm the founder of MCA Architects. I was start my practice in Paris, and then now I'm an office in Bologna and in Milan. We have about 120 people in the office and do different kind of work from hospitals, schools, offices, residential, and research, mainly research. We just completing a museum in Milan. It was a renovation of an existing building of the 19th century. But it was the most interesting thing is a private collection, is a foundation, and it's about a piece of Etrurian art from the 4th century before Christ. So it's a very important collection, but at the same time, it's also a collection of modern and contemporary art. So the museum is a journey from the past, from 2,500 years ago, and then you can just go through the building to discover the contemporary art. And then the museum also tells the story how much art is a fluid, it's not in the category of time, because you can find the vase of the century, but also a Picasso vase looks the same. So the artists are always watching and give to the art the continuity of time. So that is the essence of this museum. It's completed last year, and it's one part of the collection is underground, and it's all designed with the limestones come from Florence, and it's only one material. There are 20,000 pieces of stone designed the space, and then you go up, and then it's a building on 19th century, but it was designed, the furniture and finishes were designed by an architect in 1970. So we keep this stratification from the past to go up, and then you discover the contemporary part of the building. So it's a journey in time, on the time, from the past to the future. Well, first, the renovating an existing building is already a good practice instead to build a new one, especially in the city center, which is quite complicated. But also improving the quality of the building in terms of performance and new technical equipment. They also working underground is make the building very stable in terms of temperature. So we don't need full air conditioning, only control humidity, because a piece of art need to be controlled by international regulation about the quality of air. But that is the attention to the building. But as many kind of certification they give to the building, renovating building give a very high point, because you don't demolish and rebuild, just reusing existing building. So I think it's a good policy, especially in a very dense and historical city. Well, the first is working in the city center with all buildings around. It's also the metro line passed very close, so it was controlling vibration to the object. At the same time, working excavating one floor underground from zero. So it's a technical engineering challenge, but I think it was very good to give to Milan archaeological museum and contemporary museum in the heart of the city. I think this is very good to improve the quality of life in the city. Well, the building was already there, so my approach was more about the interior and the invisible part, because the underground museum is, you can't see from outside, but you can really is an underground architecture in all sense. As the Indian, they made it like step well in Rajasthan, in Ahmedabad, and it's beautiful. It's invisible, but they are all carving in the stone underground. So I think inspiring also for this kind of buildings I visiting many years ago, which is fantastic. Well, India is very different from Europe. It's very fast growing, and it's the largest population in the world. I think it's more than Chinese now. And I think they're facing a problem to the grow and at the same time the sustainability. The two are not really go together. But I also feeling there's a lot of sense of responsibility in the culture of India, especially if we look in the past. how much they was able to deal with climate and beautiful buildings in many ways. But of course, the fast economy is a little bit difficult to focus on also in the issue. But I'm confident that also the new generation of architects or young people is very aware about this, and protection of the environment will be the only way to make survive people. So they have no choice. So they must do it. Well, we practice for 30 years, and I always focus on this relation between environment and sustainability of building, because are the roots and the fundamental of architecture. I think we lost a little bit in the last decades this relationship, but now the environment presenting a very, very expensive bill, which I think will be very difficult to solve. And then is the moment that also architects will be more involved in these ideas of design better buildings for better society. So I think that's my goal and our engagement. Well, I think we need to be very honest about buildings. Construction is we build building because we need buildings. So people need to live in a house, and we need to build schools, we need to build museums, stations. So I think we cannot give to building to be guilty for the environment, because that is a very strange story, because we need it. No? But I think the point is, it is another way to make it. And that is the challenge. It's another way to make. We must be careful about material, be careful about the needs. Sometimes we build only for speculation. There's no more time for that. At the same time, a lot of people cannot afford to buy a house. So it's the paradox of the time, But I feel a lot of people now complaining for that, and I hope the politics will be listening to the problem, because if we only talk about sustainability in terms of richness, I think we make a mistake. I think sustainability is something that needs to be very horizontal, so it needs to be access for all. We know there's a lot of people, I know we're growing, there's a food problems, so there are many things, but I'm very confident that in the last years, they were much more conscious about the difficulty in terms of the environment. So if we kill the environment, we kill ourselves. So I think it's, especially India, I did a project with my school. I have a master class as postgraduate in the Gujarat, because there is a family farm, millions of family farm in India. But the problem is they bring their food in the market and they're using ice. And to producing ice, they're using generator with gasoline, which is creating a massive pollution, which is the paradox of producing food and then pollute it because they need ice to transportation. And I think we did a very good project to show there's another way to do that by designing a building as in the history of India. It's a cave wall where they put water and the evaporation to cool down the food and create a cluster for families. Then they can selling and producing other kind of food. I think it's a question of design. It's a question to know the problem and try to solve the problem, which is in the humankind. We always live, so why not now? It's very exciting, and I think I would say it's not we are not competing each other in this place, but I think everybody give a contribution about architecture. And I think that's the very good feeling of the WAF. It's not only get prize, it's more of a confrontation. They see so many good projects, the projects were already selected, and also give us the picture of what happens in the world at this moment. And I'm very confident to see so many good projects. But architects, unfortunately, they are not leading the transformation of the planet, because a lot of buildings are not designed by architects. That's the problem. Many buildings are built by developers, by people that are not care too much. But I think we need to trust more architecture and architects to design better buildings. And here you can see really the reality.